Hello, my name is Mark Ryan and I am the creator of Boat Battery. In this orientation video, I'll quickly run through some of the main features of the Boat Battery app to get you started. Let us begin with the Summary tab. At the top of the screen we can see our currently selected profile, the name of the boat on that profile, and then some daily usage statistics below that. The app comes preloaded with two demonstration profiles, day sail and at anchor. So what exactly is a profile then? A profile is a scenario for which you wish to estimate your battery's usage. Each profile has its own distinct set of discharge and charge items. A discharge item in Boat Battery is any device on your boat that takes power from your batteries. Any item that puts power back into your batteries is known as a charge item. If we take the scenario from our day sail profile as an example, on a day sail we will probably run the engine for a period to manoeuvre, which will charge our batteries. However, for the most part of the day we will, of course, be sailing using our navigational equipment and not charging our batteries at all. Okay, so let's have a look at the two profiles that come included with Boat Battery by tapping the Manage Select Profiles button. Here we can see our two profiles and four options against each. If we want to select a profile, we can use the top option Select. This will mean when we visit the Discharge and Charge tabs, we will be adding items to this selected profile. We can also edit a profile, which we shall come to in a moment, delete a profile, which is pretty self-explanatory, or finally copy a profile along with all its discharge and charge items to a new profile to allow us to experiment. Okay, let's edit our day sail profile to see what options we have. We can see against a profile we can choose a descriptive profile name, the name of the boat, system voltage, the total amp hours in both our domestic and engine battery banks, and whether we would be using our engine battery for utilities too, which is generally unwise. We can also choose a minimum battery level, which will impact on the figures on the summary screen that we shall come to later. Choosing a level below 50% is generally unwise, as discharging your batteries below this point will lessen their lives considerably. See the information section for details on how to get the best life out of your batteries. Below this we have the environmental efficiencies dictating how much power we will get from our wind, solar and engine charging items. To the right of each of these figures we have an eye icon. If we tap on this we will be given a little guidance on the setting of these figures. Right, let's cancel out of our edit and select our day sail profile and have a look at our charge tab. Here we can see in this day sail profile we run our engine for an hour. It is rated at 660 watts, which is 55 amps at 12 volts, and in real terms produces us 38.5 amp hours of charge. Why do we not get the full rated 55 amps for our hour of running the engine? If we look at the section heading, we can see we have rated our engine at giving us 70% efficiency. Remember we saw this figure whilst editing our profile? Engine alternators will, even at full revs, produce no more than 80% of their rated value, and I removed a further 10% to assume we would not be running the hour at full revs. So let's add a wind turbine to this profile. We do this by tapping the plus icon in the top left of the screen. From here we can either manually enter our wind turbine details or search the database by tapping the search database button. This search is filtered by the top four fields of group, device, make and model. Okay, so we know we're looking for wind power. So let's select that group of devices and search for our turbine. Here we can see all of the wind turbines that have been shared by other users. So let's select the Rutland 504 and let's have it in operation for 12 hours and see how that impacts our charging power. This has given us another 18 amp hours of battery charge. If we go back to our summary screen, we can see our sum discharge has decreased and our charge remaining after 1 day has increased. Next, let's have a look at our discharge tab. This is a list of all of the items on our boat that will draw power from our batteries in this scenario. If we have a look at, say, our navigational lights, we can see we will be running our tricolour for 2 hours, giving us a total drain of 4.2 amp hours, or 6% of our total drain for the day. If we wanted to add a new discharge item, just like on the charge screen, say a new GPS, we could tap the plus icon in the top left-hand corner of the screen. Once again, we can either enter our device manually or type in some search criteria. So we said we were looking for a GPS, and let's choose the make of Garmin. And if we click search database now, it will filter our database by these two criteria. Let's select our GPS map 7015. If our device is not listed in the database, we can enter its details manually, and then we can share the device here at the bottom by clicking Share Device to save others the work of finding these figures out. If you do need to find out the figures or the drain figures of a device that you have on your boat, there is information in the information section to show you how to do that. Let's have our new GPS switched on for 6 hours. Tap done, and we have successfully added our discharge item, which we can see hopefully here in our navigation section. Right, so we've added our discharge item, so let's go back to our summary screen. Here we can see the sum totals of our discharge items, which is 98 amp hours. Now that's all of those items on our discharge screen all added up. And we can also see the total of our charge items. Now remember, that was our engine and our turbine, which gives us 50 amp hours going back into our batteries. And what we have below that is the sum of these two figures and how much charge remains after 1 day usage. If we scroll down a little, we can see the days before a recharge is required, showing at 0.9 days. Now this works from the minimum acceptable battery level we saw earlier. If we scroll down a little further, we can generate a line chart of our battery usage, plotting days along the bottom and percentage charge remaining up the side. Noting our minimum battery level is plotted here too. We can see that where the two lines intersect is the day our battery level dips below our predefined minimum, which back on the summary screen of course we can see is our 0.9 days. We also have a bar chart we can generate here to help you identify high drain areas of your boat, broken down into those discharge groups we saw earlier. We can see that our navigational section and our galley are the two highest areas of drain for our boat. Below these charts, we have the battery recommendation section of the summary screen, where we can input the number of days we would like to be away from a recharge point. By tapping the Recommend Batteries button, the app will suggest the total domestic supply we will require. You can see here it's suggesting 288 amp hours if we want to be away for 3 days. If we perhaps wanted to lower our minimum battery level to 40%, which again we said earlier was unwise, it will change our total recommended domestic supply to reflect that. And once again, if we change the days away from recharge point to maybe add or take a day off, say, it will change our total recommended domestic supply also. The final point we'll cover in this orientation is the information section. From here you'll find many of your electrical, nautical questions answered, and also some help and information on the app. Thanks for listening. I am very interested to hear your views and suggestions for the app, so please do visit www.boatbatteryapp.co.uk and email any of your thoughts from there.